People of Earth, how are you? My name is Al. Across the table from me is my friend Joe.
Hey now, boy.
Together, we do this podcast, and it's called Kinda Right. And, do you think that the corrupt midget is upset now that details of his brother's death are coming to light? Do you think he cares? Do you think Bill Bulger loved Jimmy Bulger?
Well, I'm sure he cares in the sense that this was his brother.
Saying that he got beaten to death and that he was transferred because of disciplinary reasons. The prison that he was at, they had to get him out of there because of discipline, and then they just stuck him in general population at the new place, and some mobbed up dude beat him to death because he's a snitch and because he killed women.
Well, it's see, I don't know whether Bill Bulger gives a shit about
His brother?
I know that he said in the past that he cares about his brother, but how much?
You telling me that Bill Bulger didn't know that motherfucker was in Santa Monica that whole time? That guy's fucking Teflon too, that Bill Bulger.
Well, he's fucking old though too.
No, I know. I'm just saying he's fucking... That guy's a corrupt midget. That's kudos to Howie Carr.
Yeah, I mean, well, he's been corrupt for a long time, but I don't know how corrupt he was, though. You know what I mean? You look back at it and you go, compared to the way things were run, maybe he probably wasn't that bad. He was a very smart guy. I mean...
Book smart, yeah.
I'm talking about Billy, not Whitey.
Well, Whitey was smart, street smart.
And there was a lot of...
And evil.
Well, he was an evil fuck.
Yeah.
But I'm not happy that he was beaten to death in prison, not because I give a fuck about Whitey Bulger. I don't care. I don't give a fuck whether he's dead. I'm sure there's a lot of people that are thrilled that he was beaten to death.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, he fucking killed 19 people, and
a lot of women.
He killed women, and he was an evil motherfucker. And
he fucking muscled in on somebody's fucking lottery winnings, too.
Yeah, what bothers me is that when you go to jail, you ought to be able to serve your time. Not that Whitey was ever getting out, but you ought to be able to serve your time in relative safety.
Yeah, I don't know.
The idea that he was sent to a prison and someone could beat him to death while he was in a wheelchair... It doesn't matter who it is, whether it was you and me, you or me in a fucking wheelchair getting beaten to death with they had a fucking padlock and a sock. And
is that how it was?
They fucking beat him unrecognizable.
Wow.
So now this, like I said.
I didn't hear that detail.
If that happened out in the street, because Whitey was, say Whitey was being pushed down the street by Kevin Weeks and, some other fucking thug. And they killed Kevin Weeks and the other thug, and then they beat Whitey to death with a fucking padlock and a sock because somehow he beat this rap. I'd be like fucking laughing.
It's like they were hiding that fucking lock they were holding on to that lock for a while, huh?
But the idea that this happened inside of a prison where the people running that prison are responsible for this guy's... are responsible for the death of a human being that wasn't supposed to be killed.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I understand. I just can't think of a sweeter fucking way for him to go, though. You know what I mean?
It's sweet. No, but I mean, yes, I absolutely agree. And I mean, he fucking killed people. He intimidated people. He fucking tortured, that poor fuck that had like the South Boston liquor store where Whitey walked in and goes, "Hey, nice job you've done here. We're partners." You know what I mean? And basically took the place over. And I mean, Whitey is an evil motherfucker. But I guess it's two separate things. It's, you know what? If you're going to put people in jail, then it's your responsibility to make sure that they're fucking safe. And it goes back to this, I'm tired of this. I'm so tired of this puritanical or whatever the fuck it is.
Furnace.
It's the, whoa, here's a great idea. Let's lock him up for 10 years, be mean to him, and then let him out. And then make it really expensive to get a fucking license and have a horrible criminal thing so he can't get a job. And then, surprise, he's back in jail again.
Right.
This idiotic fucking, which is finally starting to get addressed here. It's picking up momentum, and this whole jail court fucking horror show needs to be wildly reformed. Very few people should go to jail. I was talking to my attorney, for example. All right, so he and another guy were drinking at a bar, okay? One guy was on a motor. They weren't talking to one another, but they were at the bar drinking. So one was on a motorcycle, one was in a car. They both got shit-faced. The guy on the motorcycle took off. The guy in the car took off. Somehow the guy in the car fucking killed the guy on the motorcycle, hit him.
Yep.
By accident, not on purpose. Man, it's just... So now he's in jail for 5 years. What fucking possible good does that do? You know what I mean?
Right.
Why don't you say, all right, for the next 5 years, you're going to give half of your paycheck to the guy's family? You know what I mean? Because obviously this guy is, he's not evil. He was drinking out of, he was a drunk, or he was drunk, and he hit somebody and killed him. So you put him in jail for 5 years. What does that do? How does that help anybody? Does that help his kids? Does that help his wife? His wife is, when you break a family up, and I don't know whether this guy has kids or not, but I mean, if you break a family up, send the dad to jail, I mean, does the guy's wife, if my wife got hit by a drunk driver, would I want the guy to go to jail for 5 years? No. Unless he meant to kill my wife.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or even a high driver. Or even someone who is texting. I don't want them. Why would you want them to go to jail? Is that going to make you feel better?
Yeah.
It's not bringing your wife back.
Right.
So I'd rather get $500 a week so I can grieve and not have to worry about money as much.
Yeah.
Than to have the guy fucking sit in jail.
Sure.
Which we all have to.
Where's that 500 coming from again?
The guy has to give you half of his salary.
Oh, all right. That's
you know what I mean? So keep him working and make him pay.
Yeah.
It's all about money. So, unfortunately, it's all about jailers getting money and court assholes.
Yeah, I was going to ask
money.
you, you think your buddy Ira shares your views on the whole jail situation?
Yes.
He does?
Yeah.
But he does it because he's good at it. His niche.
Oh,
Does he find financing for that shit or something?
He's a private prison consultant.
Yeah.
But
nice fucking work if you can get it.
But no, he actually doesn't do much. Ira's thing was he took a company public that was a private prison company. So he learned the ins and outs of the prison business. Today, he works for basically counties that have prisons that don't know how to run them any well. So these are public prisons.
Oh, I thought he was getting new ones built. I thought that was his gig.
No.
Jeez.
But there are people out there that, his partner that he had up until about 5 years ago was instrumental in the design and construction of the prison that we have in Plymouth here.
Right, the slash state slash federal.
Yeah, the county, the jail.
It's county slash state slash federal.
Yeah, it's a jail. It's not a prison.
It's a holdover for federal people.
And people that are waiting for trial in the state.
Yeah. like Richard Reed was over there. The shoe bomber. That's the name.
Whitey was there.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, you're right.
And they didn't kill him there.
It's because they couldn't get at him.
Well, they got Adam at West Virginia.
Yeah, they sure did.
And they fucking beat them. I guess his eyeballs were sticking out of his fucking head.
So where did you hear all these details? I didn't hear all these details yet.
I read it online last night.
Oh, okay. I just been following the headlines on Yahoo. I don't get in depth. So.
They beat the fuck out of Whitey.
Good.
Well, they beat the life out of Whitey.
I mean, by definition.
Yeah.
Probably a little shit too. Fucking was beaten out of him. I'm sure. Sure, he
Well,
released.
It was I didn't know about it. My wife is horrified by how ill-informed I am.
I only hope that they told him they were about to kill him and didn't like do it without him seeing it. Like the first hit, like hopefully he knew it was coming, you know?
Apparently the guy that killed him was a Springfield mobster who could have gotten he's a life sentence guy.
Springfield, Mass?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't know this until I met Patty, but the mob in Springfield was huge.
Yeah, that's why Springfield's a shithole.
Well, it's because the mob's not there anymore.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
They kicked the mob out. Now it's a dump.
Well, it's been a dump for fucking 40 years, man.
It wasn't that much of a dump when I went to college.
When I went to college, it was a shithole. And I'm only 5 years younger than you. That's fine.
Well, at any rate.
One of us is wrong. Who knows?
At any rate.
It's probably not that big.
This was a West Springfield guy. He's 51 years old, and he hated informants. And he could have, like, gotten out of jail.
He hated women beaters, too.
Yeah, that too. He could have gotten out of jail, but he didn't inform. I mean, Whitey was an FBI informant.
Yeah.
And there's no question about it. So apparently who knows whether that's the real reason. Probably someone just like, I'm going to go with it's the real reason, just in case anybody hears this that's part of that mob. And I believe you. And I don't like Whitey either. So, bye Whitey. But he was 89 years old. So.
Fuck him. I just looked on my appraisal form. It was scheduled for October 2nd. And I would have got my raise fucking 4 weeks ago. I'm such an idiot. I told them to wait a month.
You should have asked for a fucking bonus.
I'll get a bonus.
A Christmas bonus.
I will get a Christmas bonus. I got one last year after only being there for 2 months. I'll get one.
So what do you think? 10 grand?
No. I shouldn't be talking about work anymore. I'm in that for the long haul, and I'm in this for fine. I bet you I'll get $1,000 bonus. I'll take it. Whatever I get.
You got to get 5.
Nah. There's no 5.
Eventually,
it's a new company, Joe. It's a startup. And
we're
not doing
really
good.
A startup. The guy's got a solid business, and he started this within the company.
It's not within the company. It's a total separate
Well, you know
deal.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He's still making money off the other thing. Al, you got to get paid what you're worth.
Yeah.
But I'm glad to hear. I saw that.
I'm making more money than the average guy who has been doing it for 3 or 5 years. So that's good enough for me.
So yesterday I was up on the power lines, and I was putting in I'm putting guy wires in to hold my solar arrays down so that they don't blow over in the winter with the next 100-mile-an-hour winds, because like I'm finally getting to it. You know what I mean? So I went up there. I did a lot of work. And you know how that physical work makes you kind of actually feel good. So I was going to
Yeah, if you do it sporadically.
No, I mean, it. You know how that when you do some real work, some physical activity, you sleep well and everything.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
So at any rate,
you get actually hungry.
I cleaned up a little bit out front, and meaning underneath my tent, and I'm going to clean up some more I put the Jaguar back behind the house, and my thing was I was going to get up this morning at about 7. I got teeth to put on my excavator bucket because one of the teeth fell off, and they're all nubs anyway. They need real teeth. And I was going to get up, leave the house, leave here about 8 o'clock. Well, I got up at 7. I said, I got plenty of time. And then I fell back asleep and woke up at 11.
Good for you, Joe.
No, it's horrible. Yeah. And then I watched television until 2.
Good for you.
And
I had a weird Halloween night.
It's a wasted day, though. You know what I mean?
I know. I don't have any wasted.
How was your Halloween?
Well, first of all, I live in smack dab in the middle of a commercial district in what looks like a haunted house with no lights on the outside of the house. I grilled out front in my driveway. I grilled some steak, and I had a little bowl of Halloween candy canes. Don't ask me why I went with that, but I went with Halloween fucking themed candy canes. I grilled my steak. I actually have a powered monitor that I acquired this year for $10 from at a estate sale. So I plugged my phone into that and put spooky music on, like I used to do in Carver.
A powered speaker.
Powered speaker, yeah.
Okay.
And
I'm thinking about like a fucking
like
TV
115
screen.
watt. It's got a 15 in it, and it's got an equalizer on board, and it's got 1/4-inch inputs. But I got a 1/8 to 1/4 inch for my.
You can play spooky music,
and it pretty
goes
loud,
a long way.
Pretty loud. So then I went upstairs and proceeded to drink 1.5 liters of vodka.
Yes.
I don't remember finishing my steak. Apparently,
where was your wife in all this?
Right, she was sitting next to me.
Was she drinking with you?
Yes, but not. She was drinking her wine like a
lady,
like a civilized human being. I was behaving like, at best, a pirate, and I blacked out at some point. And next thing I know, I wake up to pee, and the house is full of smoke.
Uh-oh.
I had bought new batteries for the smoke detectors, but had yet to put them in. Apparently, at some point, I was warming up the fucking... I made matzo ball soup this weekend, and I had some left over, and I got in my head I wanted some, but I forgot about it and went to bed.
Right.
And apparently even had sex, and I don't remember it.
Who does
She
nowadays?
date raped me, but I don't remember any of it. So I got up. The place was full of smoke. I threw the pan out the window. She had just fucking polished the top of the fucking cooktop. We have a cooktop stove, not gas.
Oh, you were making some vittles and fell asleep while making it?
Yeah. And
I haven't done that in years.
So the fucking pot was ruined. I hope the cooktop comes clean. But it was just all the soup had,
boiled out,
and the matzo balls were just fucking. Well, they weren't even really there either. They were just brown gook on the bottom, and so I opened up all the fucking windows, and when I woke up this morning, it smelled like I had a campfire in the house. I don't remember any of it. I promised myself, and then I forgot to take my blood pressure pills this morning, and I had a review, so.
But you still went to work, is the whole thing.
I always go to work.
See,
I'm the world's most high-functioning alcoholic.
I didn't get drunk last night.
Yeah.
I didn't have anything to drink, actually, yet. Well, yesterday afternoon, maybe I had a couple of fireballs, but nothing, I wasn't drunk at all.
Yeah.
I went and bought candy way too much because... we do
You got to buy in bulk, Joe.
Fill the fucking bowl with candy. We put the lights on, and the kids come and take the candy.
Yeah.
Because I'm not answering
Howard
the door.
Stern style.
Well, and we've got it's really Patty used to enjoy Halloween, and she'd dress up and shit and scare the kids. But with the dogs, you can't do that.
Right.
Because the dogs are barking, and they bark anyway.
Scylla hates Halloween, man.
So... she was alive for the whole chainsaw incident, wasn't she?
I think that was pre-Scylla. Yeah, no, yeah, she was around. Yeah. Yeah, she probably
When you had
ingested.
the-
She
had
probably
the
ingested a little fucking
chainsaw
carbon monoxide.
running in the house with no chain on
Were you
it.
wielding a chainsaw at children? No. The small engine was on, but there's no chain on it. Have you been drinking?
Yes.
Yeah, actually, I have been. It's my house.
I do at home, especially on Halloween.
It's too funny. So yeah, no, I kind of got. I hadn't done the Halloween thing since I moved out, really, because the real nice downtown apartment I had, I wasn't getting any trick or treaters, and I think I worked. I'm pretty sure I was bouncing. I don't remember. I think I bounced the last two Halloweens. I mean, the last year I didn't. And anyway, fuck Halloween. You know what I mean? But I had fun last night. I got to hook up the music, and I got drunk as a skunk, and it was like old times.
Now, did the music run all night long?
Yeah.
Like it was running when you left for work in the morning?
Yeah, I couldn't. As a matter of fact, Cat.
Still running
I
now?
always. I usually wake up before my alarm, and I set my alarm for 6:30 and 6:31, but I'm always up before it. And I didn't set my alarm because I was drunk, and so Cat at 5 of 7 goes, Al, it's almost 7. You got to go. I usually leave at 5 of 7. I woke up. I mean, I was out the door in 7 or 8 minutes, drunk. I wasn't even hungover. I was drunk, and I went downstairs, unplugged my phone, which was running all night with spooky music, serious scream something. I'm surprised nobody complained and unplugged the phone. The $1,000 fucking Samsung was right on top of the speaker on the front porch, just blaring.
Well,
I mean, am I a nightmare neighbor or am I a nightmare neighbor?
they probably think you're insane, and they'll leave you alone.
I mean, the cool thing is I got an upstairs neighbor and a downstairs neighbor, 2 single guys. The downstairs guy has a girlfriend, but she doesn't live there, and they're never home. They both work like crazy.
Best kind of neighbor.
And they're both in their like mid-40s, I think. They're both younger than me. One of them's I think he's a fucking machine operator. And the other guy, I have no idea what he does. I think he's like a bartender, and he has like 9 bartending jobs. He's never home, you know? And then the guy downstairs, they're just never home. And they get home at all hours, like way after I'm in bed. And I leave before them in the morning, but I never see those guys, ever. I run into them once a month, maybe. The upstairs guy I haven't seen in 3 months, you know what I mean? But I'm always setting off fire alarms. That's the other thing. You'll see when you come over in a couple of weeks, that fucking, my hallway, there's one of those, a smoke detector. I like taking hot showers. I take such hot showers that the steam sets off the fucking smoke alarm in the hallway if I leave the door
Really?
open, or if I open the door too quick when I get out, you know what I mean? I usually take the shower, get out, open the window so it goes out, dry off, and by then it's okay. But sometimes I forget and I open the door and it fucking sets it off. You know, so I'm always doing that. And you'll also see when you come over, I have an unconventional kitchen set up. I don't have a fucking kitchen fan. The fucking stove is on an interior wall, and there's no hood. So I'll be running my air conditioner whenever I'm cooking something smoky, because the fucking kitchen alarm's always going off just from cooking. Not even from burning shit, except for last night when I was burning shit because it needs a new battery.
Maybe you should get one of those, get a pipe, run it to the outside from the range hood.
There is no range hood.
Is there a microwave over it?
No, I have a countertop microwave. It's my microwave. The stove is the landlord provided it. There's no. You'll see. It's fucking circa 1903. You know what I mean? Up there. That's when the house was built, by the way. Same as my last building, by the way. Both my last buildings were built in 1903. Fucking wacky, huh? They got the same trim and everything.
Really?
Yeah, crazy.
Could have been the same guy.
I don't know.
I mean, literally.
It could be. I don't know.
I mean, you figure how many people are around.
The last one had a very short basement ceiling and a dirt floor. This one has a full tall basement. It's weird that there is a sump pump constantly running in. That fucking basement is wet. He built a platform up to get to the laundry area, so it's platformed from the bottom of the stairs. But you step down, that's where all the mechanicals are, and then he has a locked storage room, 2 locked storage rooms down there too. It's a pretty. The footprint. It's 1,300 square feet like I have a 1,300 square foot apartment. That's pretty big
on one floor.
On one floor, and downstairs is 13. You know what I mean? So it's pretty cool.
So it's 130 by 10 or 65 by 20.
Yeah, it's pretty long front to back.
So yeah, I get it.
It's definitely more than 20 feet wide, though. It's probably, let me think about that.
Yeah, of course it's more than 20.
10, 14, 14 and 12. I think it's 26. So, yeah, whatever the math comes out to. But it's, speaking of math, it's actually not math. It was a number that I had to tell you. Evan bought 2 motorcycles this week.
He did?
He bought a pit bike, like a 110 pit bike, and he also bought, and I haven't looked it up yet. I know it's badass because my ex-wife told me it was badass. A KTM 525 SX. It's like a huge dirt bike.
Oh yeah,
I think it's bigger than that one you had in there. Or do you still have it?
No, totally different bike though. A KTM makes a great motorcycle,
and I guess it's a 4-stroke.
That's a 4-stroke for sure.
Like I think Paul's is a 4-stroke too.
But KTM is a very, I don't know what he paid for it, but they're wildly expensive too. The guys that ride,
it's used. He didn't buy it new, but it doesn't need work. So
yeah, I know. But even used, I mean, they sell for big money. The guy that ride,
what, 3-4 grand?
Enduros, they ride in the woods. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All ride KTMs. Like KTM is just it's not so much a motocross bike as it is it's a great all around getting through the woods kind of thing.
Which is what Paul has been doing with his fucking Chinese fucking bike.
Yeah, he gets up on the power lines and shit, right?
Paul?
And then goes through the woods.
He goes to the state forest and drives through the woods.
Right.
On that fucking thing.
Which is illegal, but
he crashed it too, by the way. And I
used to go all through there.
And he pushed it home. I'm like, why didn't you call one of us, you fucking... He's always the one who's helping everybody else. Call for help, for Christ's sake. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this is a nice bike. KTM 535.
I got to come look at it. I haven't seen it yet. So is that comparable size-wise to that thing you had in there that you were afraid to let him try? That's not too much bike for him, right?
Well, this is a monster motorcycle.
That's what he has.
But that's fine.
He says it's legit.
You can get hurt on anything.
Yeah.
Hey, look, I'm the guy that crashed a scooter and got all fucked up.
The scooter. I wonder if it's orange like that. That would be dope.
Well, they all are.
Oh, are they? That's part of it being a KTM?
Yeah, I've
never even heard of it. That's how I'm just lame when it comes
KTM
to
is an Austrian. I think
you did say that.
It's an Austrian manufacturer.
Yeah.
And so, do you know what an enduro is? An enduro is like it's a race against time, basically.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
You know, you leave at a
type of
certain
race.
time, and then you got to go. But you might go for. It could be a week-long fucking thing where you go 250 miles a day, and they time you. You know, and you have to have directions and be able to, So, but KTM is just known for their great motorcycles.
Now, does he have? Is that the type of bike you have to register? Does he have to register it?
No, from the looks of it, it's not on off-road. It's all off-road.
Okay, all right. He said it didn't have a title. It had a certificate of something.
Yeah, certificate of origin.
All right, that's what it is. And then he got another pit bike. So now he's got
I don't know.
two pit bikes.
What is a pit bike?
It's a small dirt bike.
So when you say pit bike, you're loosely saying that it's a bike that you put in the fucking in a sand pit.
Look up pit bike and see what comes up, because him and his friends always talk pit bikes. I'm not a motorcycle guy. It's just put pit bike in Google.
It's just a term I'm not used to.
Yeah. Well,
but
again,
maybe there's something.
He calls the small dirt bikes pit bikes. But so he's got two pit bikes. One's gonna be fucking parts for this other one.
Oh, a pit bike is a small off-road, on-road motorcycle originally used for riding around the pits or staging areas of motocross race.
All right, there you go.
Races.
That makes sense, right?
Yeah. And I think what I had, like I had a Honda QA50 when I was fucking 5. I think my father got that. It was an on-off road bike. You could literally register it.
All right.
And
he's got two 110s.
This was in the 70s. They still make the QA50.
No shit. You mean they make? Oh, I know what you're saying.
Meaning that the motor, it's got mine didn't have suspension and shit. The fucking motor is identical.
No shit.
And it's one of these deals where, like, they've made billions of these things.
Right.
It might be hundreds of millions. And I'm not talking just the Japanese. I'm talking like it's been the Chinese stole the fucking engine design and the Indians stole it. And it's just because it's like a bulletproof motor. But
it's a Honda.
It's a Honda.
Just like any fucking Honda. Fucking, you buy a pressure washer with a Honda engine in it, and the pump's going to fucking fail way before the fucking engine does. You know what I mean? The engine will never fail.
Yeah.
It'll always start. Every little Honda engine I've ever had, even lawnmowers, everything that had a Honda in it was fine. You know what I mean?
I got a Honda twin-cylinder engine on a generator that's mounted in that trailer that's outside. And that runs the 2 welders that are in the trailer. And I didn't start that for like 6 months. I went in there, turned the key. The battery wasn't dead, which was surprising. And the thing started right up.
My most recent power washer had a 11.5 or something, or maybe a 13. I can't remember. Anyway.
Yeah, this thing's a V20. It's a monster.
The pump failed right before. I don't need it anymore. A, I don't have a house, and B, I don't power wash other people's houses. So I spent like $1,400 on the thing, and but it paid me back. It didn't owe me any money, so I was going to try to sell it for $250, and not fix it, but just sell it, just for the engine. And Evan said, "I'll give you $250." I'm like, you can have it. He goes, "No, because someone will buy it. Here's the money." He's accumulating engine stuff. He's got 3 vehicles.
Sounds like me.
He's a maniac. We started changing the fucking head gas, taking his.
Hey, do I got a Diet Coke in there, by the way?
Yeah, let me take a look. You got a double and a single left. You want the single or the double?
Single.
I'm sorry. This remember how you called and said, "Can you stop again?" The place I stopped only had doubles cold. They had singles, but they were warm.
Was there any Diet Coke in
there? No, you want to take a break? I'll go get you one.
Nope.
I won't even put music in. I'll just stop now and then say, I won't say
we're going to
back.
Stop right now. Oh, I'm going to take a piss.
We'll be right back.
Forever, even though you want me to.
So yeah, to kind of come back full circle, not full circle, but to what you were talking about earlier. Like, so today was the day that you watched TV till 2. You said
I watched TV till 2:00.
it's fucking gorgeous out tonight, and it was beautiful all day today.
I know.
Bet you. I don't know what it was.
I feel terribly guilty.
I bet you it was 70 degrees today.
I really do. I feel awful.
I don't do it very often. I took a walk today at lunchtime, just around the building, which is about
I was
6-minute walk.
Last night to get up early and go. I had a whole bunch of things I was going to do, and then I didn't wake up.
You know what happens to me when I do that?
I don't know why.
And I used to do that when I worked for myself. I used to like to roll into work around 10, but I'd work until 6 or 7 at night. But I would start getting that gnawing feeling in my gut, and that's what usually got me out of bed. Was you're being lazy, get the fuck up. But it always happened. I don't even sleep on the weekends anymore,
I have
Joe.
the gnawing feeling only when I go to work.
Yeah, well, I had that. I wonder if I'm going to have it tomorrow. I have had it every day for 5 or 6 months.
I wonder if I'm becoming agoraphobic. You know what I mean? I wonder if that happens when you get older. Because my mother's completely fucked,
I think I have early onset Alzheimer's or dementia. I have bad problems with short-term memory right now. Long-term, you know me. I'm fucking...
Yeah.
I know everything long-term. I remember everything. But everything short-term for me lately is bad. It's probably the booze and the pot. Although I don't smoke that much pot.
Well, and you know something, dude? It's age, too.
Yeah, speaking of age, my child bride just fucking found out she wears glasses at work, but she had an eye exam tonight, and they're like, you need glasses all the time. She's settling on contacts. So apparently Larry, remember me talking about Larry last month, the fucking ex who contacted her from prison? I don't remember if I told you this part of the story. Like, after they had broken up, like a year later or 2 years later, she ran into him in a 7-Eleven. The 7-Eleven on the corner ahead of the Bay Road and fucking Route 28.
Was this the guy that used to hit her and shit?
He fucking they ran into each other in a 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
And he did the old, to make sure no one was looking, and he fucking popped her in the face. Well, apparently, because the eye doctor tonight said, did someone punch you in your eye? She goes, oh, yeah. She goes, and you never got treatment. So Larry did permanent damage to her eye. Her right eye is way more fucked than her left eye.
This is
No, this is not since I've known her. This is...
Oh, all right.
Long ago.
I thought you were talking, like, last night.
No, he'd be dead. But no, he's in jail. He's not getting out of jail. He's dying in jail. He's
just a bad person.
So what I'm saying to you is he used to knock her around when they were together, and then they ran into each other after not being together for a year or two. Literally in that 7-Eleven there that I told you about. Fucking corner ahead of Bay Road and fucking Route 28.
Yeah.
And, or is that Route 6? No, that's Route 28. And, is that Route 28? I'm sorry, Joe. It's Route 6.
No, you don't have to be sorry. Do whatever you...
You know what I'm talking about down there. Fucking Buzzards Bay, Bourne, fucking...
Yeah.
That whole area down
Of course.
there. She went in there to fucking buy something, and he was in there, and they were in the back of the store. No one was looking, and he fucking popped her right in her fucking eye. And it turns out that he did permanent damage to her. So hopefully the next time, now that she's on the fucking... parole fucking commissioner board, whatever fucking radar, and he checks in with her once in a while. Now she can tell him, oh, by the way, I have permanent damage from that asshole. You know what I mean?
So you're saying the permanent damage thing is relatively recent.
She had damage done to her that she didn't know about until recently.
Yes. Okay.
But her eyesight
I'm
is
on board.
So we were talking about age. You said something about getting older. And the aging process, even though she's a lot younger than me, she's in her early 30s.
Right.
So I said to her, sucks getting old, huh? She's like, fuck off. I'm like, listen, I date chicks in their 20s. You know what I mean?
She's kind of getting old for you.
You got a
isn't
little
she?
long in the tooth, honey. She knows I'm only kidding. I love her. I think I'll keep her.
No, she doesn't. She's thinking, this fucking asshole's going to leave me.
She's like, now that he got a raise.
He's going to get a new fucking girl.
I doubt it. No, she's almost perfect, other than the fact that we're both slobs. But
I like her. I think she's just a good person.
she is. She like we always talk about. She comes from a family that likes to do service, and she's really great with kids. She's been welcomed with open arms by my whole family, and she's like, "Oh my God, this is what a family's like."
And she gets along with your ex-wife.
They all get,
good.
yeah. I mean, that's a testament to Anya as well, but Kat
Well,
too.
Anya's a
both
class
of them,
act,
both
so-
of them, but both of them are class acts. I'm very lucky. People don't understand. People don't get it. Did I tell the story about how I was at 9 Leonard at the ex's house last week, and she had some people over from work, and they were having a little a little social time with the team.
Yep.
They all work from home, but they have a team. It's 4 of them, and they get together once in a while. And I walked in because I was there to hang blinds. I replaced 2 windows a couple weeks ago, and I never got to hanging the blinds back up. And then Evan had something going on with his PA system he needed me to look at, and Evan wasn't home. Anya knew I was coming. I just walked right in, and you could just see everyone's body language was like, they were like, what the fuck? You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I went downstairs to do the Evan thing first because I noticed the body language. And Anya she told me later, she's like, listen, we get along fine. I knew he was coming. I don't know he's coming, he knocks, but I knew he was coming. And they're like, oh, all right. Like, it just never comes up with your workmates, what your relationship is with your ex, especially if it's
Right.
good. Most people just assume that if it's your ex-spouse, it's a shitty relationship. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, exactly.
And it's just not. I was never mad. It was a long time coming, and
it just didn't work.
it just wasn't working out. And it sucked because my son is just now starting to deal with it fucking 5 years later. And that's where most of his fucking problems have been. He is not happy with me. He's not happy with his mother because of that. But he does tolerate me enough that he does the music project with me on Sundays. And if we don't do it, it's hard to see him. I tried to do Wednesday nights for dinner there still, and he's not always there. But I'll take what I can get. You know what I mean? I'll take what I can get. I think one day he'll get over it,
Well, he's going to have to.
Well, I kind of feel that way right now, but I got to let him grieve.
Yeah. Well,
He didn't start grieving until like 6 months ago. It's fucking weird.
Look, he can do his thing as far as grieving. Everybody's got to do it.
Yeah.
And he's got to, be upset, and he's going to be able to talk to you, and he's going to be able to, express his feelings towards you.
My daughter was.
Are you going to let me fucking finish
Oh, yeah.
my thought, you asshole?
Oh, well, you paused. I'm sorry. You usually don't
So
pause.
what I'm saying is that, but beyond that, you can't use this as a crutch to that's why my entire life is fucked up now.
Well, he's
Because
kind of.
my father, who never hit my mother or anything, they got divorced, and my dad was still a good dad, and my mom's still a good mom, but I didn't like the way that he left. So now I'm gonna be a fucking, a dope. And I'm not saying that's what he's saying.
No.
But I'm saying that
you're
there
pretty
are
close.
people out there that will fucking try to, hang on that, and
Well, he had a couple
it's
of.
not like you fucking left. It's not like you disappeared.
I didn't leave. I moved out. That's the way I like to look at it. I never left. I moved
You're
out.
a good father.
Yeah, I'm serviceable. I could have done some things better, but My daughter was very upset for like the first 2 years. And then even after she met Kat, she was very, very almost rude to her, but she's come all the way around now. She's great. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's, at the very least, she's putting on appearances that she's okay. You know what I mean? I'm sure she's still a little sad, but
Well, everybody's
we all get along, you know?
sad that their parent. My daughter wasn't happy that her mom and I got divorced. I mean, nobody's happy about that.
Right.
I mean, everything that you knew.
Jesus, and then she fucking moved to another country. That had to be tough,
she
man.
Moved to Canada.
At least if I want, I can fucking track them down on any minute I want. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got to see her. What did you do? Once a month? Oh, every other week? I forget what you. I was just talking about you going to Canada. Luke Tengren told me today you can be in Montreal in 6 hours. I'm like, no, you can't. Joe,
Yeah, no.
Joe did it for fucking years. And I think it's at least 8, maybe 9. How long is it?
It's 6 hours.
Oh, is that all?
I rented an apartment in Montreal.
No,
Don't
I know.
You remember that?
Yeah, but I thought it was longer than 6. He was right.
I went every other weekend.
I know. I don't remember it being
for-
every other weekend.
For 4 or 5 4 years.
Right.
And then she decided to move home. So that was the deal.
Yeah. I didn't realize it was only 6 hours. I thought it was a longer drive.
No, it's an old solid 6-hour drive.
That's not bad. Bangor, Maine is 5, by the way.
I know. I mean,
I'm going there tomorrow.
Bangor, Maine that's a long drive.
It's okay when you have company. When you don't have company, it eats it. And I don't drive fast.
So now are you going with Kat?
Yeah, me and Kat are going up tomorrow night after work, which sucks. I wish I had some PTO left.
So you're going to be driving.
I forgot about that in my fucking review. I wanted to renegotiate my PTO.
What's PTO?
Personal time off.
Oh.
You accrue it as you work. I was like, no accrue it. Just give me fucking 10 days PTO, please, that I can use. None of this accruing shit. But I forgot. I wasn't prepared, and I was fucking hung the fuck over. When
you shouldn't negotiate your new employment agreement while you're hung over.
Well, they said they wanted to do it now, and I said, okay. You know what I mean?
I think you did tell me it was going to be Friday.
It was supposed to be Friday. So, that's all right. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah, Maine. So, yeah, after work tomorrow, I'm going to have my bags packed tonight, hopefully. And then I'll meet Kat at home, and we're going to leave right at the fucking stroke of 6. Oh, yeah, no, I got to cash my check. I won't get home till 6:15. Probably leave about 7. I'll probably roll into Bangor around midnight. I got to remember to call the hotel and tell them I'm checking in late. So we're staying not too far from... We're actually staying closer to Maine, Orono than we are to her school, but it's all very close.
Right.
It's probably a 7-minute drive to Husson from there. So we'll get in late, but we're going to meet them, do what we did when we went in February. We'll take her and Brady to Denny's for a late dinner, early. Mm-hmm. So we'll probably be eating around midnight, 1 in the morning. And then it is senior day for the football team and the cheerleader and dance team, which is what Charlena is on.
Right.
So they honor the seniors, the football players, and the cheerleaders. So she's being honored. That's why we're going. It's not a big deal, but it's something I wanted to do. I would have loved to have gotten up there for homecoming, but it's a bitch to fucking get a room. Homecoming is fun. I got to do homecoming for UMass one year just for fun. And the funny thing is when I went to UMass, I never, ever, 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 ever went to a football game. I couldn't give a shit about fucking...
I went to like half a football game.
And it was awful, right?
I can't say it was... Yeah, I can. It was awful.
I've never even been to a Patriots game. I've been to Bruins, Celtics, and Red Sox games. I've never been to a Patriots game, and I never will. Because, A, the season starts in the summer, and I'm not looking to be watching a summer football game, and B, most of the time it's fucking freezing.
Yep.
And
that's true.
I don't care how good and new the stadium is and what the sight lines are.
Right.
The best fucking seat in the house
Is your TV.
is my fucking chair. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With my fridge, with beers that cost 60 cents, not $9.
Oh, my God.
You know what I mean?
Well, I would think that even today, sports fans must be going, it's just so much better to just fucking stay home.
It's so much better to stay home, period. Never mind. I mean, even drinking in bars is stupid. It's $5 for a Bud Light. Or more.
Yeah.
Or more. And I'm not that I drink Bud Light, I'm just saying. You know what I mean? You can't even get the beer you want out. You know what I mean? Nobody has fucking Miller High Life Light on tap. You know what I mean? I would drink it if they did.
True.
I mean,
There's not a lot of places that have.
and to be honest with you, I haven't even been buying beer in bulk lately because I don't drink a lot of it. I'm trying to drink less beer, and I don't drink any whiskey anymore because of the carb thing. I can't be having sugar, so I drink water and fucking vodka. There's 0 carbs in that. There's calories, but there's no carbs. You know,
Not a lot of
a lot of what?
carbs in vodka.
There's 0 carbs in vodka. Look it up.
Really?
0.
That's pretty cool then.
Yeah. So what I do is I get those little squirt bottle fucking sugar-free flavor shit like High C and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I squirt that in. I fill a cup with ice, fill it half with vodka, little Squirtle, half with water, mix it up. Delicious. You know what I mean?
Little Squirtle.
Squirtle. That's what I call the flavor bottles. Mio or whatever the fuck they're called. I don't know. Like I said, Kool-Aid, whatever the fuck. But they're all sugar-free, you know what I mean? And they're sweet as fuck.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. I never did the artificial sweetener thing until, recently in my life, the whole diabetes thing.
Artificial sweetener is the best thing ever invented.
I'm telling you, Splenda,
and everybody thinks you're going.
Splendas
You're gonna
taste
get
like sugar.
Cancer.
Well, no.
You're gonna get asshole cancer.
Saccharin would definitely give you fucking lab rat cancer. You know what I mean? But I don't like the way Equal tastes, and I don't like the way Sweet and Low tastes. But Splenda tastes like sugar. It's a miracle. It's a fucking miracle, and it has 0 calories.
Now I know what
And
you're
it's
saying.
sweet as fuck.
Because, like, if you throw some Sweet and Low on your tongue, it ain't sugary.
No, it's Sweet and Low.
Gross.
Yeah, it's awful. You put Splenda on your tongue. Now, the texture's not like sugar, but the taste is.
Right.
So I have that in my... So my ritual now is, I eat the same thing every day for breakfast and lunch, and that's what helps me maintain my girlish figure.
Where you are at.
I have Cat makes me a shake in the morning with decaf coffee, a scoop of fucking protein powder, and no Splenda. When I have, my point is when I have coffee, I just put Splenda in it.
Hey, by the way,
Go ahead. Sorry, buddy.
speaking of your girlish figure,
Yeah.
I was listening to Joe Rogan has these 2 guys on. And I haven't listened to the whole thing. I listened to about 17 or 18 minutes. And their names are James Lindsay and Peter Boghossian. Bogho.
Both of those names sound familiar. He had them on the show?
He had them on the show. This was, I think it was today. Or it could have been yesterday. I don't know. Doesn't matter. But they were, one is a philosophy professor at Portland State University. The other one is, he's got a PhD in mathematics, but he got out of academia because he couldn't stand it anymore. So what they do now is they write shit that they know that the lunatics will want to hear, and they've been published in all these fucking papers. But they make these, like there's this argument that gender is not binary, meaning you're not just, gender is a spectrum, Al. Don't you understand? You're not just a male or a female. You could be anywhere along the spectrum. between male and female, and it's fucking bullshit. So one of the things that they did was they basically took Mein Kampf, took anything in reference, did a lot of taking out Jews and putting white male in, and it was accepted as one of the best papers in 25 years in this fucking one, like, liberal
and it's shtick. They don't believe it. They're
no.
Yeah,
no,
it's
they're
shtick.
like fucking doing this to, like, completely fuck with these people.
Oh, they're brilliant. That's brilliant.
So, I mean, they're fucking cracking up, and apparently somehow they were gonna, out of 25 years of this publication happening, they were gonna name this in the top 5 of the publications ever written.
And it's a parody.
Hundreds.
It's a parody.
And it's
at
a
best.
complete fucking joke.
Yeah.
And somehow they found out about it, and Rogan's like, well, why does that matter? If they think it's great, then fucking publish it. So it just shows all this social bullshit. That it's all fucking made up garbage. And then there's a feminist, and Rogan didn't name the person, that all straight white men are trash until proven otherwise. That's a new thing now. Awesome. So you and I are trash, Al, until we prove ourselves otherwise.
I say it all the time, and you say you didn't have the experience, but I was friends with people who were RAs, and they all said, every one of them, that part of their RA training was that if you are a white male, you are inherently sexist and inherently racist until proven otherwise. That's how they were trained.
It's funny. I miss that. I miss the
PC shit.
Yeah.
It was in full swing when I got there, man.
And it was only and I know that it was only a short period of time. Like, you could walk around.
They're still doing it these days.
Oh, of course. Well, I mean, it's worse now.
Yeah.
When I was there was none of that bullshit. There was no. They just wanted you to be nice to one another.
Yeah, no.
But there was no, like, these people are gay and they're special. There was none of that shit. No, there was no focus on gay people. There was just like, There
was no
don't be mean to
LBGA when you were there?
No.
The LBGA was in full fucking swing when I got there.
There was a gay and lesbian union.
Yeah, that was
At the student union. But
Okay.
it wasn't. It was never a factor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was never. There was gay and lesbian week, but it was never like this big.
Now it's the
militant fucking thing.
LGBTQRSTUVWXYZ.
Yeah. So, but I know that I missed it only by a couple years, because then they went full blown fucking crazy. And I remember moving. Remember my buddy Yanni that lived down the Cape? Used to take fucking people in.
Gay Yanni, yeah.
Yeah. Who's, has not come out that he's gay, and
Not to you.
it doesn't matter. And I don't care.
To the people's cock he sucks, he's come out to.
But at any rate, we moved his
Sorry, Yanni, I know you're listening,
surrogate
baby.
son up to UMass.
Yep.
And this must have been, I had my 95 Dodge pickup, so it was shortly after I got that.
Yeah.
So we moved him up, and there were fucking posters everywhere that had a big, "Are you a homophobe?" with a question mark, and then a list of things.
Oh, yeah.
That if you answer yes to any of these 10 things, you're a homophobe. And I'm like, wow, things have really fucking changed around here. And that's the deal.
By the way,
things have changed.
Is it LGBTQ or LBGTQ? Doesn't matter.
LG, lesbian, gay,
All right.
bisexual,
Trans, queer.
trans, and then
Queer and then
is
something
it
else.
Queer? Or?
Yeah. Something else. I call it LGBTQRSTUVWXYZ.
I call it.
I think that's so witty.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
it's just I mean, I wish everybody the best as far as, whatever you want to do. But if you want to the problem is, if you want to turn around and start telling everybody that, there's more than two genders. Well,
that's so ridiculous.
No, there's not. And then if you want to turn around and say, well, if you say that, then you are you're a homophobe or something, then those people need to be fucking killed.
Roger Stone reveals he talked to Trump campaign about WikiLeaks in 2016. I don't know what that means. Weren't we talking about Roger Stone the other day?
Yeah, because Mueller has been going after Roger Stone. And Roger Stone, who's a genius at fucking dirty tricks, all of a sudden it came out that Mueller might have, sexually abused a few women. So that's what you get when you start fucking with Roger Stone.
Roger Stone is beefing up his legal team in regards to the Mueller thing. I don't understand the significance of the WikiLeaks thing, so I'm gonna move on. I can't comprehend it. I'm looking at
Roger Stone.
I'm looking at CNN, by the way, which is fucking a total partisan fucking organization. Sorry, go ahead.
Roger Stone was able to. I want to say he spoke to Julian Assange.
He did.
But he did not. If you remember, Roger Stone he's known Trump for a long time.
Sure.
But he worked for Trump very, very early on.
In the what? In the Trump organization?
In the campaign.
Oh, yeah. In the campaign. All right, yeah.
Very early on. And then he was out because he's not that guy. You know what I mean?
Donald thinks he's crazy.
You can't have. Well, you just can't. You're not going to win if you got him there.
Right.
And he knows that. Do you know what I mean?
Oh boy.
Because he's polarizing. But you want Roger Stone on your side behind the scenes, which he was all the way.
Right.
Because Roger's fucking. He's not evil. He's just he knows how to play this game better than most.
Yeah, he's not fucking about. A 16-year-old has been added to Harvey Weinstein's list of fucking accusers. I mean, who cares? Isn't he in jail? Is he in jail?
I don't know.
I don't even care.
I think he's out on bail.
Ooh, a father and son from Kingston caught a massive tuna. Oh, wait, what was that I just saw? Something about Led Zeppelin. Led Zeppelin urges appeals court to reconsider ruling in Stairway to Heaven copyright case. Did they steal that too? Artie Lang posts shocking photo after hospitalization. Now we're talking.
Oh, what do we got?
Artie Lang took to Twitter Wednesday night to post a disturbing photo of himself, and fans are concerned about his health. Me and my buddy Rich, Lang wrote. Not me and buddy Rich, my friend Rich. From like 1990 to 93, I was in NYC every night trying to get a break. Rich owned the clubhouse in Plainfield, New Jersey. Dance club with 4 floors. It's the only thing that kept me in New Jersey once in a while. That's how fun it was. Genius. So I don't know. It shows a disheveled-looking Lang hiding behind dark sunglasses. His nose appears to have swollen massively since he was last seen.
But is he all fucked or what?
Well, when I clicked on the link, the picture didn't come up, but that's the thumbnail picture. If you can squint and see it, it won't blow up. He's all fucked up.
Artie, for a guy that's so talented,
he just has demons, that's all.
Got some serious demons.
He's got demons. We all have demons. His happen to be, wait a minute. Huh? Hold on. He was on Better Call Saul? Oh, Better Call Saul actor admits he cut off his own arm and lied about being a wounded vet. Yeah, there's this crazy dude in New Mexico who wanted to get into acting, and he literally cut his fucking hand off at the wrist and told people that he was a fucking wounded war veteran, and it's been getting him fucking work.
Really?
The wounded, he's a stolen valor to get fucking acting work. I'm like, hey man, that's fucking method, man. You know what I mean? That's beyond method. That's fucking crazed. But apparently, since he got caught, he's like, all right, I won't. I'm sorry about the stolen valor. Oh,
What?
CNN's fucking Don Lemon.
Oh,
What
did
a
they
fucking,
fire him?
No. But he says evidence is overwhelming that white men are the biggest terror threat.
Oh my God.
He's a fucking idiot. I mean,
I don't even know how to describe that guy. He's such a.
it just shows you the state of CNN.
If you don't,
That guy works there. Never mind, works there. He's the face of the thing.
if you're not black and you think Don Lemon's a fucking moron, you're a racist. That's how Don Lemon sees it.
Color me a racist.
So there was a, I forget the interview, but there was they asked Don Lemon, well, Trump doesn't have anything good to say about you, and he had this smirk, and he's like, well, I mean, we both know why.
Because you're a gay black man.
And
it has
it
nothing
was
to do
like,
with that. It's because you're a partisan fuck.
Why? We both know why. And it wasn't a pro-Trump thing. It was like, well, we both know why. And it was about color. It was about being black. Yeah. No, it's about you being a fucking left-wing sycophant, you fucking lowlife. And he's stupid, too. He's dumb. Oh, actually, that's what Trump was calling him, was dumb. He says, Don Lemon is dumb. And Don Lemon is dumb. I don't think Don Lemon realizes how dumb he is. That's the worst place you can be in, is to be in a position where you think that you're really intelligent, but
Right.
you're really dumb.
Right.
Don Lemon, and I mean, I'm not talking like dumb, like, you know, can't form a sentence, but Don Lemon considers himself highly intellectual, and he's not.
No, he's just not. Speaking of...
And he's wildly partisan. And now, if you take somebody like, I'm going to use this name just because I can't think of anybody else, but if you take a name like, take a guy like Noam Chomsky. Noam Chomsky can, well, probably not, but probably had a time when,
Is that guy still alive?
I think so,
Jesus.
he could, or Gore Vidal,
Okay.
could come across and make a really cogent argument as to why this point of view is wrong
Yeah.
without sounding like a partisan.
Right.
Meaning,
Because
Gore Vidal
they're intellectuals.
is fucking brilliant.
They're intellectuals.
Even though he's gay, and it doesn't matter whether
Yeah.
he's gay, but
No,
he's, you know, he's a left-wing guy.
Yeah.
But he could make a really good argument as to why that's... Don Lemon can't.
No.
Don Lemon's just a fucking partisan, and he doesn't know why. He doesn't know why it's right to be on. He believes that anybody that's not on his side is some sort of a fucking racist. He's a social justice warrior. Is he gay too? I didn't.
Oh
know
yeah,
whether
he's got a husband and everything.
See, I didn't know Don Lemon was gay. I didn't even know he was gay.
He's married to a white man.
But you know, the funny thing is, it's like that Valerie Jarrett thing that Roseanne said. I didn't know she was fucking black,
Right.
and I knew who she was from the very beginning of Obama's presidency.
Right.
Now, am I supposed to look? You know, you look at people and you go, "Well, that's obviously not a black person."
Right.
Well, I guess she's fucking half black. But
Speaking
the half white part came out a lot more than the half black part.
of half black, Oprah's on the campaign trail. I don't know if you saw that. I guess there's a woman who probably is gonna be the first black woman governor of Georgia.
Really?
Definitely the first black or the first woman, but definitely for. But speaking of intellectuals, Newt Gingrich says that the Trump revolution will continue even if Dems take the House, which they're not gonna. He says, just forget about the Senate. It's not happening. I talked with someone. I said, there's no blue wave. And they're like, there is a blue wave. The state legislature seats have... I'm like, fuck state legislature seats, first of all. Blue wave.
Well, I
the
don't
blue
know
wave is over.
I'm looking at
It's fucking done.
statistics from the same people that predicted that Trump was going to lose.
Yeah.
That Nate Silver says there's an 85% chance that the Dems are going to take the House.
The House, yeah. But
Okay, now
Newt says even if they do, it'll be all right. Because the Senate...
if they take the House, Nate Silver said there was a 78% chance that Trump was going to lose, or an 89% chance, or something like that.
Yeah.
So they were. I don't know. Why would you believe him?
Yeah. I don't even know who Nate Silver is, by the way. Who is he again? Just is he a independent pollster
Nate
or something?
Silver has that website that's the numbered one, like fucking 539 or whatever the hell the thing is. I'll look it up.
Fucking Newt Gingrich is a good writer too, man. Newt
just
Gingrich
writes
is
a historian
in a beautiful, beautiful style. Very, very simple to read. For a moron like me, I can fucking understand what he's saying. And what he's saying
Newt is nobody you want to leave your wife alone with.
No, I bet he would have been a good president. He's just unelectable.
Nate Silver is the guy that he's 40 years old. He's got a polling place called 538.
Independent pollster.
Yeah, and he's got he's got Trump as not Trump, but Dems 85%.
And a known lover of penis.
But that doesn't make you a bad person.
No, I'm just pointing it out.
And Ezra Klein, I fucking hate Ezra Klein with a passion.
Remind everyone who Ezra Klein is, Joe. I know who he is, but just remind everyone.
Ezra Klein is a cunt who fancies himself an intellectual, who was a co-founder or a founder of Vox News, which is just a left-wing social justice warrior rag.
Right.
And somehow it's gained traction because it's just people that want to believe that kind of shit read that kind of shit.
Right.
You read, most people are so stupid that they don't look, they're not curious as to, hey, what's the other side of this say? They just want to find a place that bolsters their own fucking thought process that, so you go as, to steal a Bill Burr line, you go to imright.com and you make sure that you're fucking correct. And then you've got, you got a leg to stand on now and you just keep fucking going. You know what I mean? Doesn't matter whether what you're saying is right or correct. Like anybody that would go that all white men are trash until proven otherwise. All straight white men, by the way. If you're a cocksucker and you're white, you're okay until proven otherwise.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah. No, if you're the package, if you're
But
the
if you're
total
a straight white man,
you're fucked. You're racist, sexist, homophobic.
Even though white men built the fucking world we live in.
Right.
Good, with the good and the bad.
Yeah. Well, we at least supervise the building of the world. We'll put it that way.
Pretty much.
Yeah. And designed
we
it.
We built the world.
Yeah.
We built it. We organized it. And let me take we out of the equation because that means me. I didn't build the world we live in.
I certainly have not contributed one iota to the furtherment.
I built a few houses.
To the advancement of mankind.
But I'm talking about the mankind as after the fucking after the Dark Ages, white men took over and built the world we live in.
I'd like to think that maybe one of my kids will do something important. And then I would have contributed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, maybe they
will. Or one of their fucking progeny. I don't know. Hey, Joe, I'm done.
Have you had enough?
I have, and I'm sorry for 2 short shows in a row, but I'm getting over this cold, and as stated earlier, I did a fucking number on myself last night, and I need some rest.
Well,
and I don't sit down during the
fine,
show
man.
anymore. I'm fucking been standing for an hour and a half or 2 hours. And just,
why don't you sit down?
Because this thing's uncomfortable. I got to get that other fuck. I'm gonna buy my own. I'm gonna bring my own fucking stool and leave it here, so it doesn't. We don't have to keep moving.
I go
shit.
back and forth between that stool I bought and the chair I bought.
I'm gonna get a chair like you have, and I'm gonna bring it down
The
here.
rock and sock chair.
That fucking thing rules, by the way. And I have a rock and sock drum stool with a back on it. It's awesome. You know what I mean? It's fucking perfect, and it's adjustable, so it's like ergonomic. Is it ergonomic the right word? I don't know. Yeah, it's like ergonomic
Fits your body.
and everything. So depending on how I'm feeling that day, I can fucking switch it around. You know.
I do.
Plus, I'm getting older, and I kind of like having something up against my back.
But
when
you seem to like to stand.
I like doing the podcast standing. Sometimes I get if I had the rock and sock over here, I'd be sitting and the show would be going longer. But I'm just done. I'm just done.
Well, he's Al. I'm Joe. We're kind of right. We're the podcast called Kind of Right. If you listen to us regularly, tell a friend or 2. And we'll see you on
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Good night, Waterbury.